Family, what it do? How's everybody? Hopefully y'all doing well. Thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for the love. And thank y'all for staying safe out there, man. Got to stay safe, and hit that like and subscribe button as well, man. We're gonna jump right into this. Today we're gonna be talking about teachability index, family. Teachability index. What is teachability index? Okay. Yes. What is teachability index, and how can we apply this to our life, to help us better our life? Okay. Let's jump right into it. Okay. Teachability index is like it's like a scale to measure how bad you want something out of life, or how bad you are willing to learn about it, as well as how much you are willing to change to accomplish your highest goals. Okay. It's a teachability index is a scale to measure how bad you want something, or how much you are willing to change to accomplish that them goals in order to get what you want out of life. Okay. So let's jump right into it, family. See, cause you know, sometimes I be going through my notes, family. I got a lot of notes too. Sometimes I be going through my notes and I be like, damn, this right here. Yeah, let me talk about this. This will help. These are things that help me. So sometimes when I go back into my notes and I see them, and I'm like, yes, let me talk about this. So this is one of the things I had went through my notes and I seen, and so I'm gonna discuss it with y'all. Anything, or anytime I go through my notes and I see something that I think can help y'all, I'm gonna jump right on it, family. You know I am. You know I am. All right. If I can help one out there, that's all that matters to me, family. If I could just help one, okay? Thank you so much, family. Let's go. Let's jump right into it, okay? And again, we're talking about teach ability index, okay? Let's jump right into it. Excuse me. What is teachability index, and how can that help you, okay? How can that help me as well? How can I help you? Let's go. Let's jump right into it. Teachability index is a self-assessment framework that measures your capacity to learn, grow, and undergo personal transformation. Okay. It acts as a mental model that gauge how open you generally are to new ideas and behavior shifts. Teachability index. Okay, family. The core formula. the index the index operates on the principle that learning is useless without actions. Okay? Without action. It calculates your growth potential using simple multiplication formulas. Sorry, let me read that one more time, family. The core formula, okay? The index operates on the principle that learning is useless without action. It calculates your growth potential using a simple multiplication formula, okay? Let's keep it going, family. Sorry about that. Willingness to learn. WTL is the willingness to learn, okay? And on the other hand, you have the WTC, willingness to accept change, okay? The core formula, family. Let's get into it. Breaking down the two components. Willingness to learn is the WTL. This measures how, your hunger for knowledge. High WTL means you actively invest time, money, and energy into acquiring new skills, read books, seek seek out mentors, and maintain an open beginner's mind. Okay, willingness to accept change, WTC. This measures your readiness to act on what you learn. Okay, this measures the readiness to act on what you learn. You are willing to break old habits, step out of your comfort zone, and completely change your behaviors based on new data. Okay, let's see. Let's keep it going, family. Let's see. Go to my notes. 1 second. Let's keep it going, family. Okay. Why multiplication matters? Because the formula relies on multiplication rather than addition. Both numbers must be high for true growth to happen. The professional student, if you have a 10 in your willingness to learn, you read every book and attend every seminar. But a 2 in your willingness to change, you refuse to alter your daily habits. Your score is 10 times 2 equals 20. The stubborn optimist, okay? If you have a 10 in willingness to change, but a 0 in willingness to learn, your score is 10 times 0 equals 0. You cannot successfully change if you refuse to take an expert's advice. Okay? Keep it moving, family. Let's keep it moving. Okay? Let's keep it moving. Teaching the definition of teachability index at its highest power. The absolute vulnerability to truth and un, uncompromised surrender to immediate action. At the ultimate level, it sees to be casual self-help metric. Hold on. Let me start that over, family. At this ultimate level, it ceased to be a casual self-help metric and become a profound psychological state where you systematically destroy your own ego to allow rapid, radical personal evolution. Okay, the ultimate expression of the formula. Okay, when both components of the teachability index operate at a perfect 10 out of 10, that's 10 times 10 equals 100, they transform into the most potent definition. Willingness to learn at its highest power. Okay, at a level 10, your willingness to learn is not just open-mindedness. Okay, the state. You actively look for evidence to prove your current belief system wrong. Okay, the sacrifice. You surrender your pride, your past achievements, your cognitive your cognitive bias, and the need to look smart or be right. Okay, the sacrifice. Let me say that one again, family. You surrender your pride, your past achievements, your cognitive bias, and the need to look smart or be right. Okay, the action. You listen to mentors with the absolute assumption that your current level of thinking is completely adequate for where you want to go. Okay? The willingness to accept change at the highest power, okay? I would do anything. At the level 10, your willingness to change is not just trying new things, it is reckless behavior execution. Okay? Keep it moving, family. Okay? The state. We got the state, the sacrifice, and the action. The state. You You are willing to endure massive physical, emotional, and financial discomfort to implement what you just learned, okay? That the sacrifice. You immediately abandon your current routines, friendships, habits, comfort, and identify if they do not serve your evolution, okay? You immediately abandon your current routines, friendship, habits, comforts, and identify if they do not serve your evolution, okay? The action. You execute the new data instantly, flawlessly, without hesitation, even if it feels terrifying or counterintuitive. Right? The action. Let me read that again. You execute new data instantly, flawlessly, and without hesitation, even if it feels terrifying or counterintuitive. Okay. Keep it moving, family. At its highest power, teachability index compresses the time gap between insight and embodiment to zero. Most people learning something think about it for weeks and slowly try to change. A person operating at a teachability index of 100 gives the truth, accepts their own ignorance, drop their old behaviors mid sentence, and begins executing the new protocol the exact second. It is the ultimate competitive advantage because it makes you entirely unstuckable. Okay? Big facts. Family, let's talk about it. Teachability index. Hmm? How bad you want it, family? How bad you willing to learn? Let's talk about it. How bad you willing to break your old habits? Huh? Let's talk about it. Let's keep going. Okay? Okay. Let's see here. Okay, did I read down the line? Okay. At its peak change is too slow, comfortable transition. Okay. At this peak change, it's not a simple transition. It is reckless, immediate execution. The mindset. You violate the sacrifice. You are willing to endure massive emotional discomfort, financial risk, and social friction to implement a new truth. The reality, you do not try to advance next Monday. You change your behaviors mid sentence. That exact second, you realize a better way exists. Okay? So, family, this is the teachability index, man. This just really measuring how bad you want something out of life. If you want it, you got to go get it. No doubt about it. If you want it, you got to go get it, family. Can't just sit down. It's not going to just jump up in your hand. You got to go get it, okay? Okay, the true measure of teachability index at its highest point is speed, low power. A person reads a book, agrees with it, wrestles with their habits for 6 months, and eventually makes a minor change. Okay? The highest power. A person receives feedback, accepts their ignorance, drops the old identity on the spot, and changes their daily routines by sunset. Okay? Talk about it, family. So that's basically, let me see, that's basically all I have, family, about the teachability index. But also, when it comes to teachability index, family, there's a scale. There's a scale when it comes to teachability index, and there's two sides. There's the it's like a scale weighing something, the old metric scale, I believe that's what you call it, the metric scale. Let me see what training balance scale. Not sure. But the scale, it's a scale and you weighing something. The old scales, when you drop it inside the little thing, and one side weighs to the other side, okay? And it's two sides. There's the left side and the right side. And the right side is the most important side, and that's the heaviest side, okay, family? That is the most important side and the heaviest side when it comes to teachability index, family. Okay? The left side, which is not the most important side, is the how. Okay? The how. The actions, the physical movements, what you do, the strategy, the skills, the activities, the plans, the action steps, the techniques, the doing. Okay? That is the how. And on the right side, the side that's the most important, and in the scale weighing on the right side, family, the most important is the why. Okay, the why, the goals, the thought, the want, the thinking, the dreams, desires, the attitude, the motivation, and the objectives, vibration, the intentions, and the energy. Okay, family. That is the Y side, family, which is the heaviest side, the most important side, the right side when it comes to teachability index. Okay. Okay, family. All right. So also when it comes to teachability index, I talked about the two sides, but when it comes to teachability index, family, the most important part of all is the of teachability index is the who are you learning from. That is the most important part of who are you learning from is the most important part of the teachability index, family. Okay, who are you learning from? Huh? Can't be learning from everybody. Family, come on, man. You can't be learning from uncle. Oh, don't know what he's talking about. All right. Nah, you got to learn from people who have done it, family. People who have track records, family. People who have done it successful. These are the people that you have to learn from, family. People that have what you want, people who have done it, and people who are successful at doing it, okay? These are the people that we need to learn from. So when it comes to teachability index, the most important part, besides the other two that I told you about, the weighing scale, this is the most important part, family. And this is the who are you learning from, okay? Who are you willing to learn from is the foundational filter that determines whether your teachability index even matters, okay? The missing valuable, okay, the missing valuable of the equation, okay? The standard formula measure how much you are willing to learn and change, but who are you willing to learn from determines what enters the formula, okay? If you do not respect, trust, or value the source, your ego immediately blocks the data. Your willingness to learn drops to a zero, causing your entire teachability index to crash to zero, no matter how much you claim you want to change. Okay? The law of source. Look at the fruits. At its highest power, teachability index. Okay, hold on, family. The law of the source. Look at the fruits. At the highest power of teachability index, this concept is governed by a strict rule. You must only learn from people who actually have what you want. Like I just talked about, family. Most people fail because they violate this law by taking advice from the wrong source. Okay? We have financial advice, we have relationship advice, and we have health advice. Okay. All right, let's keep it moving, fam. Financial advice. Taking money tips from a broke friend or an or a professor who has never built a business don't make sense, family. Okay? Let me say that again. Financial advice. Taking money tips from a broke friend or school professor who has never built a business is a no-no, family. Okay? Relationship advice. Taking marriage counseling from a broke friend is a no-no, family. All right? Definitely don't want to do that. Health advice. Taking fitness coaching from someone who is out of shape is a no-no, family. Come on, man. Can't be serious. Okay? Let's see. What else I got here, family? Okay? Let's keep it moving. Okay? When you ask, who am I willing to learn from? I, a highly teachable person fiercely guards their mind. They ignore theorists and opinion givers and only open their willingness to learn valve for people with proven track records. Just like I said, family, people who done it, okay? Okay, almost finished it, family. The paradox of the ultimate teachability, okay? When you find the right source, your teachability index must skyrocket to its highest power, 10 of 10. This requires a specific psychological shift. Number one, blind trust in the system. You must stop analyzing advice based on your own current logic. If your logic, if your logic worked, you would already have their results. Okay. Number two, suspending your opinion. Okay. You must temporarily disable your own critical judgment regarding their process. You do exactly what they tell you to do, exactly how they tell you to do it without modification. Okay? How this acts as a scale. Your teachability index is directly tied to the status of your teacher. Low teachability and high teachability. Okay? We're going to start with low teachability. You are only willing to learn from people who agree with you. Hold on, family. Let me start that over. Low teachability. You are only willing to learn from people who agree with you, validate your ego, or make you feel comfortable. Come on, family. Boy, you know you don't need to be hanging around them type of people. Come on, family. Let's keep it going. Okay, this how it acts as a scale. Okay, your teachability index, your teachability is directly tied to the status of your teacher. Your low teachability, you are only willing to learn from people who agree with you, validate your ego, or make you feel comfortable. High teachability, you are willing to learn from anyone who has achieved the results you want, even if they are younger than you, have a difficult personality, or deliver the truth in a brutal, uncomfortable way. Okay, family? So that's about it right there on Teachability Index, family. All right? So you just got to remember first off, your drive, family. You got to have that drive, how bad you really want it. And second, family, who are you learning from? This is very important, family. Who are you learning from? You have to learn from people who have done it, family, okay? We're not going to stress that anymore because I'm sure you got that through your head already. We have to learn from people who have done it, who have track records, who have been successful, who have done it, who has got what you want. Stop learning from Unc telling you what to do, man. You know Unc don't know what he talking about. Come on now, family. So that's it, family. That's all I want to say. I ain't want too much of your time. I just want to talk about Teachability Index, okay? So hopefully that helped you, and hopefully that helped somebody, man. And I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like I always say, keep the love and let the love spread and hit them with the three L's. Let love lead, let love lead the way, family, and you shouldn't have no problem. Thank you so much, family. Okay.